it's Cody. It's been a while since I've been on here. It's not that I haven't had things to complain about. I have. They're just backed up right now because I just haven't been on here. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, complain about this book called Spinning Straw into Gold, and then kind of broaden the conversation to the whole Maiden Mother Crone thing that's become really embedded in like modern witchcraft kind of stuff. Now, I've mentioned in videos before that I don't like that at all. I don't appreciate it. I find it insulting. And people have asked questions about it in comments and stuff, so I've said I would make a video on it, so this is the perfect segue into that. So this book that I'm going to talk about first, I have not finished this, okay? To be completely upfront, I've not finished this, and I'm not going to. This book is called Spinning Straw into Gold by Joan Gould or Gould or something. I don't know how you pronounce it. Honestly, I don't care. And okay. I picked this book up. All right, sometimes I like to go to like thrift stores and just pick up books. A lot of times they'll just be things other people aren't talking about or aren't reading. Things like Book Talk and BookTube and stuff tend to be all reading the same books, and that's really boring. And also, I am completely overtaking any book recommendations from either of those places because I think I've read some of the worst books I've ever read in my life on recommendations from some of those places. Anyway, in my search, I always like imagine I'm gonna find something that's just like something really cool that nobody else noticed, so I can like be the one to go and spread the good word. Like, this is not that, okay? All right. So when I saw this, it says on here, what fairy tales reveal about the transformation in a woman's life. Now, as soon as I saw this, I read the back, the inside cover, and it really reminded me of Women Who Run with the Wolves. Pretty sure most people that are watching my channel know about this book. This is by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And this is a really well-known book, kind of pulling out feminist ideas from fairy tales and just well-known stories. It's really fascinating, and I love this book. Now, I was under the impression that Spinning Straw into Gold was going to be similar, and it is to a point. It is. The issue that I have with it is that the stories within it, they're not like feminist takes, okay? They are broken down into Maiden, Mother, and Crone, but they call it something else. Maiden, my god, where is it? Matron and Crone, which somehow that even is worse to me. Like, that's a gross word. So I start reading it, and like some of it I think was really good. It was talking about like messed up mother-daughter kinds of relationships and stuff like that. And as someone with a really messed up relationship with my mom, I was like, yeah, this is hitting pretty hard. So I get into it, and the first story it's talking about was, I think it was Sleeping Beauty. Man, I don't even remember. I kind of, oh no, excuse me, it was Snow White. Sleeping Beauty was the next one. And it's saying that the psychology of it is like that the evil stepmother hates that the main character, the protagonist, and it would be Snow White or Sleeping Beauty or whoever, still can get the attention of men, and like that she still has the idea or like of being able to have children ahead of her and stuff. I don't know, the weird jealousy of that, if it had just been mentioned, maybe it wouldn't have bothered me, but the way that I read Snow White, and that was pretty much the entire take. I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't know if that's what's going on, but okay. But then I get to the next story, Sleeping Beauty. It's the exact same thing, being almost, it felt like shoehorning, you know, I mean, kind of a lot of these things, I'm not gonna lie, or shoehorning some things into these well-known stories, and that's kind of why they're so well-known, because they're easy to kind of cram other things in when they don't necessarily need to. I don't know, okay, don't get mad that I said that, but this was just, I don't like that that's the way this was shoved in there. And then I was like, I'm not interested in reading this, you know? So I did flip forward and I looked at some of the matron ones and some of the Crone ones, and it was very much tied to the Maiden Mother Crone shit. So I was thinking to myself, you know, I don't mind reading things that I disagree with, but when it's really just being built upon the fundamental assumption, that's what's the most important thing in a woman's life. It was grossing me out the more I read it. So I look, I'm like, who wrote this? Like, what the hell is going on? So I look, this is the author photo. So I'm like, okay, this is an old book, all right? This is an old ass looking author photo style, right? So I keep on trying to read it. And finally I'm like, you know, what year was this book written? Because one of the reviews said it was so unique and stuff. So I'm like, maybe this is older than Women Who Run with the Wolves. 2005. Do you know when Women Who Run with the Wolves came out? 1992. So this isn't new. This isn't a new idea. I mean, I know that there are other books like this out there. I just deeply didn't appreciate this one, okay? I don't like it at all. So now I guess we're just to the whole Maiden Mother Crone thing. I understand, okay, the importance of fertility in older religions and beliefs and folkloric sort of, you know, okay, I get it, all right? But I kind of think as a species we should have moved past this. But by 2005, I'm sure that we were past this. I was in high school, okay? I was about to graduate high school, okay? I know that we were past this shit. And kind of reminds me of when I pass a headstone that just says mother on it. It's so many of them, and it feels like a weird thing to be boiled down to. A note, I am not an anti-natalist, none of that stuff, okay? I have 3 kids, okay? My kids are 11, 13, and 15. They really changed my life. I would not be the person that I am today if I had not had them. I'm glad I have them. And if I could go back in time and, you know, choose to have kids or not, I would do it again. Okay. So I'm not saying, oh no, it's not important. It's certainly a very important part of my life, but it's not the only thing. And just, I think that people use the Maiden Mother Crone thing. Not this lady. Okay. I'm not making excuses for this by any means. I'm just talking about in a wider sense in the witchcraft community. I think a lot of people don't really think about the implications of Maiden Mother Crone. It's just really an archetype I hate seeing, because it's gendered and because of just the weird expectations. Now, I don't know where you're watching this from. Maybe it's really not that bad where you are. I'm in the US and it's I think it's better than it used to be, but the expectation of women having kids and just, you know, okay, I'm sure you know, even if you don't live in a place that's like that, you can imagine. And I don't know, so I think to myself about, you think about female archetypes, it's fucking Maiden Mother Crone. But when they do the masculine archetypes, they get actual things, right? There's the warrior, there's the sage, there's the fucking the poet. There's, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them maybe, and they're actual things that could fit into a personality, and it has nothing to do with fertility, right? That's just not even part of the conversation, because these are about things that people are doing specifically, right? And I know that people have tried to make it fair, and what do they call the masculine version of Maiden Mother Crone? Something Father Sage. I don't remember, but it's a newfangled thing. It's not the kind of, it doesn't carry the weight of boxing people into that. Do you know what I mean? I find it insulting being boiled down to if I'm fertile or not. That's fucking weird. It's weird. And that gets into the whole, people spell woman, womb, man, and shit. I don't like it. I don't want it anywhere close to me, okay? If you do that, I don't like it. Sorry. So this book pissed me off. I don't know why people were acting like it was cool. It sucks. I don't like Maiden Mother Crone. I know that it's just a really well-known archetype, but I don't even like seeing it in decks, right? Like, I don't know. I can't get mad about all of it, but I can be mad about the idea, okay? I can't be, and I'm gonna. So, with that being said, I meant to grab this earlier, but I already kind of rambled about the masculine archetype thing. And I mentioned that I do really like, okay, I use the word shoehorn. Sorry, there's like 1,000 cars driving down my street all of a sudden for some reason. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, shoehorning stuff in to like fairy tales and things. When stories are really sparse, it's easy to kind of shove other stuff in like the blank spaces. And I don't know if all that stuff was initially intended, but I mean, probably not, realistically, right? But it's fun to imagine. I like seeing other people think about things, and you know, I don't know, I just do. So I have 2 books, oh Jesus, that are similar, which was, I mean, Women Who Run with the Wolves. So much better. I recommend this book. I do not recommend Spinning Gold into Straw. Another book, though, that I do recommend is called The Flowering Wand. It's by Sophie Strand. Okay, it's called Rewilding the Sacred Masculine. I do want to make a little note here. Sophie Strand is related somehow to, I can't remember names. I think it's Clark Strand. If you've ever heard of The Way of the Rose, which is, it's a book, and it's people that kind of follow it, and it's like Mary from Catholicism sort of removed from the Catholicism, and sort of being plugged back into a lot of like regional goddesses and things that she very clearly came from. It's a really interesting idea. I'm not Catholic. I've never been Catholic. I don't know much about it. It almost looks to me like a deconstruction stepping stone. So I don't know. This particular author, Sophie Strand, does have a couple other books. They're really not anything that I'm interested in. I don't know why I just gave you all that information, but the point is, this book, Sophie is a woman. But she wrote in this about looking for like positive examples of masculinity in stories. Like, we've got Dionysus stuff in here, Tom Bombadil from Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit. Shit, which one is he from? My memory is so bad lately. I don't even know what's going on around me anymore. But the point is, this is another one of those where they're kind of plugging things into well-known stories and fairy tales. I find that really interesting. If you do, should probably give both of those a try. But no, spinning straw into gold actually pissed me off enough that I finally got on here to make a video complaining. If you agree, disagree, I mean, you can argue in the comments about it or whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye.